It is July 24th, Tuesday morning, 2023. It's about almost, look at that sucker. It's almost 9:30. And it's already like 80 degrees. It is just, wow. Couldn't have been here sooner. Literally, yeah. I mean, I wish it would have been here sooner. Because it's like extended, excuse me, I got candy in my mouth. Extended June gloom and May gray was just, it was miserable. Because it was already hot by this time. Good morning, folks. Welcome back. It's Charlie. It's less than stellar, but I like peeking through. It was quite an evening last night. Yeah, they were just plain and simple. They were just being dicks, especially her, and you could hear this went on for hours and hours. Well, up until about, I'd say 2, 3 o'clock this morning. Sometimes they'd pause and stop, and then she would start up and just like chanting and just yelling and screaming. And her kid is he's doing a stupid rap. That kid can't rap, not even to save his life. But no, it was just, I'm like, man, see, they're doing the same thing as during the lockdown and when I was working, all the time and having to walk back and forth and everything from Target. And I was just like, barely, at the most, I think I averaged hour plus, between 1 and 2 hours a night. Most of the time I was just not even sleeping because it was just easier to stay awake than try to doze off and then nod back up, doze off and then be woken up again. That's the kind of rest. Well, there's no rest. That's just the kind of sleeping that just makes me more frustrated and angry. Well, I tried all night long, but I just couldn't. So sometimes I would just stay up all night. But I guess on the lighter side of news, where you guys going? Book 'em, Dano, wherever you're going. I did get a phone call this morning. I was kind of expecting it. Now, I know the one comment, it's kind of funny how Dion didn't let you know. Well, honestly, he did kind of let me know. Look, I think it was January 1st, that afternoon. We got together, we're talking, Happy New Year and everything. And we've been doing this several times. We're saying, okay, this is going to be our year. This is it. I really feel it. Yeah, I go, from everything, there are more places, and I go, I kind of have this maybe a little bit stronger feeling that maybe this time 23 will be our time. Is that my bus? And he's like, yeah, so do I. So about a month and a half ago, excuse me, I'm trying to get my change. Is that one of my, or is that the 20? No, that's the 20. The 20. He told me, he says, I think I got a good lead, this place, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, good, I hope. He says, yeah, I just want to let you know in case, I just, one day, I'm like, yeah, no, I understand. I totally get it, man. You just got to concentrate on yourself. I wasn't telling him pretty much anything of my stuff or my progress or anything like that. It's kind of a weird thing. You don't do it because you just, for fear of, retaliation, or because maybe someone that might find out might hold a grudge and call the place and inform them and say bad things about you. So there's that. And there's a lot of other things, and whatever, if that's your business, whatever, just like I keep mine. But no, he told me, and then as the days and weeks were going by, he was telling me, and as time was progressing, he was telling me, and I said, oh, no, good. And then this crap happened. He says, I just didn't have the time. I go, don't worry about it. I have an appointment tomorrow afternoon to go have an intake meeting for a place, an apartment. So I'm not exactly too certain about all the details as to where this place is, what and where this place is exactly. Other than that I am certain here it's in Pasadena, South Florida. So, well, I'll find out tomorrow after the meeting. So. Another nice, beautiful day in front of the Cheesecake Factory. I don't see much of a production line. Kind of misleading, huh, guys? I like the decor in this one. I like the color scheme. That deserty kind of sandstony yellow. Kind of almost amber-like lighting. Though I like Tiffany. I love Tiffany lamps. I love stained glass, period. So that's pretty cool. I was on phone conference, very impromptu, for about 40 minutes, almost 45 minutes. And I love these old buildings. Look at these old buildings with great staircases. You ever been like a old building where you step on the staircase and it looks like solid as heck, but it almost sounds hollow? It's still an old building. Anyway, so yeah, that's promising, I would have to say, especially since it's just, I can come down here safely without having to get copywritten because they're not playing the music. Just shortly after Dion is gone, so that's even more. The winding, old-fashioned winding staircase. Dig that. Well, I wonder if that's new or maybe replaced. No, that's got to be replaced. So again, sorry, I just spent the whole evening and part of the greater day yesterday with my head listening to their shit. Like a kid for the first time seeing light, just looking at everything right now. So no, I mean that's even why it seems more of a positive thing, because we're always encouraging each other, no matter what, this is just another way that he's gonna see things, because we've been steadfast about putting up with this as much as we can and not really. Well, he had been trying to say more or less and not retaliate the way they would retaliate, or basically just being level-headed, not regressing to be an animal, even though he'd always say, oh man, I'm about ready to whatever, but no, let's go down this way. McCormick Alley. So yeah, you know, I think it's all I've had. It's faith is all I've had. And not to mention, love that. That's great. It looks like it was an old livery stable. Especially since the fact that it was a phone conference this morning with a couple of other people, you know, and them talking back and forth, communicating, and talk about, well, I got this paper and that paper, and we need to do this form, and blah blah blah, and well, my time slot this, and you know, we just have to make sure that we get all the I's and the dotted and T's crossed, and you know, and make sure that we have all the right emails, and that way we could forward this form and that form and all this. So yeah, you know, that sounds a little bit more official, if you will. So yeah. Now, I would have to say, how soon, you know, once everything's signed and sealed and sent away. Oh, that was another thing. After everything's signed, there'll be about 3 to 5 business days. Blah 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 blah. Typical, standard, understandable. So, let's say a week, 2. What is it? July, August, mid-August. I'd be surprised if it's for August 1st. I'd say September. But holy crap, man. Being stuck in that place, just at the worst case scenario. September. Yeesh. Twin Palms. The old formerly restaurant, formerly owned by Kevin Costner. Buka. With everything that's been going, because they're there, so I've been kind of eating like microwave food, because I don't want to. I do what I have to do to lessen my encounter, especially with Rick, because he likes to encounter and be combative. Excuse me. And I don't want that with him, because he will get you in your face, and he'll shove you, and he will. And I don't want to get down, because if it gets to that, then they're all gonna dogpile on my ass. So no, I'm outnumbered. And even if I were to survive, the cops were to come, then, well, why'd you do that? That was stupid. Yeah, I'm not gonna do that stupid thing. I already had told the police the other night that, you know, I'm prepared. You know, I do whatever I do, and how I live my life to have less avoidance with anyone other than Dion. So, in order not to be able to go to the bathroom as much, I've had to go back to doing the old homeless thing, and that's doing my business in a 1-gallon bottle of water. And buying microwave, that way I just take out my trash and not spend, you know, a couple of minutes or whatever washing dishes in the bathroom. So yeah, that's pretty messed up, man. I hate living like this. This is no life at all. That's when I say that I was better living off homeless, because at least I have a better control of my surroundings. I can get up and move and go somewhere and create my own security barrier. And here I can't really do. You really can't do anything, because I'm at any given moment I'm outnumbered and stuff. So, and even if I'm not, she just has to have a bad day and, you know, have a fart that didn't agree with her and then just, you know, call her son. I don't know why I like this stupid thing. You know, and then they'll come over and she'll know that Rick will always do her bidding, and, you know, especially she likes to get him drunk so she could at least have some assumed control for some while. So she could, it's her little fucking lap dog. Cool. I just booked my ticket for Oppenheimer this morning, 10:40. So I'm gonna go see Oppenheimer. I think it's well, the running time, I believe that also includes the trailers or previews or whatever. I call them previews. Trailers. Previews. We weren't saying trailers back then as kids. That's about anywhere from an average of 15 to, in some places, depending where and what's showing, 30 minutes. Yeah. I personally am a big fan and always loved previews. That's why I kind of always, like, when my mom would drop me off at the movie theater, I didn't mind if whatever's showing right now was in the middle of it. I'd stay because I wanted to see the end and see if it was worth getting to that particular point of the movie where I got in. If it was previous to that, was all worth to get there to show that the end result was worth it. Weird, huh? And this is like a 8-year-old kid thinking. Plus, I love to stay around. I love to see the previews, especially if it was summertime. You know, you got all the Disney movies and, you know, whatever random animated movie or funny show is gonna be on, funny TV or funny movies. So, yeah, love it. So I'm gonna go check it out and everything. I'm ready. I came to the reality. I did want to go see it in the larger, but that was anywhere from like $27 to $30 plus, depending on the venue where it was playing. I think it was going to be like $26, $27 at the Chinese, but I'm like, yeah, no, that's 27. Nah, I can see it for free over here, and our screen right now, the one that I'm going to see it is a number 8, which is one of the 3 big ones. 7, 8, and 9 are the big screen theaters. So yeah, it should be cool. Oh man, and it's got a good sound. We'll see. Okay, let's go get a cup of ice. Go check in. Check in. Got the ice. Climbing the steps of the Great Pyramid. Almost at the peak. Lest the last step be loose. No. Let's go chicken. Okay, I know this is gonna get stricken, but this one is worth it. Still waiting on the bar. A lot of people have been inquired. This has been popular after the rivers, and I do mean rivers. This forks off over here. People come over here, and rivers over there. To the point where they actually ask us if we can take their pictures for them, right? All right. So this is our bar, and waiting to open. It's the same bar. I'm not sure if this is going to be part of the remodel. I do like this counter though. It's very cool. It's one of those counters that every now and then you have to re-hone. And then back there is our kitchen where we create all our culinary treats. But this should be fun. Actually, I'm kind of thinking, you know, this would be kind of fun. Who knows? Getting a pretzel. I was badminton the idea between a pretzel and a hot dog. And I have a thing for the sauerkraut, pickles, and sour lemons and mustard. Good old fashioned French's yellow mustard. Top dog. amazing. Ooh, man, it was. Oh, it's nice. It's nice. It is a nice day. You know, as I quickly, I think they're going to end up having to repaint the Paseo since it has new ownership. Ooh. These stairs kind of freak me out. You know what really freaks me out? The escalator on at Universal Studios Hollywood. Yeah, I had a bad crap. What's the name of that dream? Anyway, I had one. It's a certain kind of a dream, and it involved those kind of that particular actually those escalators. I had a hard time waking up from that dream. I've had 3 of those kind of events in my life. Wow, it is nice. And now we have almost the deserty kind of heat, because it's not as humid as it was yesterday or the day before. Yesterday was quite humid, but it's a little bit more hotter, and the wind is blowing, so you get that kind of Las Vegas when you're coming out of the mall, and that, ooh, need some water. I kind of feel like trying their brunch one Sunday morning. The French toast and the chilaquiles look good, but the chilaquiles already know where I would have that for breakfast. Ooh, doggy. Kind of warm, but it's nice. I have been actually craving for fish and chips for a long time. Long time. Especially fried shrimp and sticky rice and brown gravy. You know, there was a time when I was younger, when I was a kid, we used to have a couple of places around here. A chain called H Salt Fish and Chips, which is really cool. And the commercials were really cool, because a lot of perception was, you know, fish is always, you know, stinky and everything. And what was it? The commercials? Oh yeah. H Salt Fish and Sticks. Used to hate it till I ate it. You remember that? Are you from this era? Do you remember that? Used to hate it till I ate it. Yeah. I think we have 1 or 2 exclusive H Salt Fish and Chips. Way the heck somewhere out in Timbuktu around here. Very rare. Kind of like Pioneer Chicken. The only one, the closest one that we have is in Boyle Heights, and I've been to that one before. It's not the same as it was, especially the sides and everything. It's one of those kind of franchise would-be type of things that's gone amok, selling other stuff that even wasn't part of the menu. Be as it may, whatever. Pioneer Chicken. But no, I would rather have that. And the closest place that I think I can get decent is all the way in Glendale. Debating whether to one day go over there and order and bring home. But you know, when it comes to fried fish like that, breaded fried fish, fish is one of those things I'm not too particularly at all keen on, you know, reheating. And I like fish. I'm not a fish lover. Don't like catfish, whitefish, perch, and you know, other stuff. I love shark, thresher shark. It's quite yummy. But yeah, we just don't have any. Out of everything that any kind of city or small community and stuff like that, whatever the city is, stuff like that, there's one thing that we really have lost over the course of the decades and over the years especially, And that is the convenience of having a good fish house. We don't have a fish house. 8 salt fish and chips. What was the other one? Oh, Long John Silver's. Excuse me while it's a little mucky. Long John Silver's was another one that we had here. There were 2 rivals. There was 8 salt fish and chips and Long John Silver's, and but they were good. I think 8 salt fish and chips, the closest one that we had was that my mom and I would go to was in Manhattan Beach on Sepulveda, just on the south side on Sepulveda. Yeah, that would be headed south. Yeah, but we don't have that too much around here, so maybe next paycheck I'll do that, especially before we kind of branch. It's just good. I like it. Barney's when it's quiet. I love this glass. I love this storefront though. It's curved glass. Expensive to get replaced, but I love the charm. Wings. Yeah, this isn't part of the normal alley thing. That's definitely brought in by a homeless. This is like the cool place to be back here during the evening, chilling out here, especially like the gastropub and the 35er. Especially Mills Street too is really just cool. Kings Row is way cool. Ooh, dare I say, it almost seems like it's a little bit hotter up here. Wow. All right, well, not a bad day. Well, considering the current circumstances and it's like, I know I've said this ad nauseum. I'm just amazed, bewildered, surprised, dumbfounded, stupefied. That at the current age you wouldn't take this opportunity serious. Is it smudgy or is it I think it's just a regular. Apologize if it's smudgy. That you would not want to do anything better with your life. This is the opportunity. This is why you even went to the trouble of applying to get housed from the streets. You know, it's just fuck. Like I said, it's the homeless vacation for however length of time. It's pretty damn obvious that that never was, and there is currently no ambition and no intention whatsoever to even want to do something better with your life. Even at least an apology, or or I'd be surprised if I got a text message, from the landlord saying, hey, I thought you might get a kick out of this. Carla called or texted me and she apologized. She's never done that once. She'll just say, I know it's my fault, or I didn't know, or it's not my fault. She's never, she thinks an apology is by saying, oh yeah, you're right, my bad, you're right. So, and then this morning, last night, God, it's just evil, listening to that, and just pure maniacal. It's just, and then after the whole and then they stop, and then they giggle amongst themselves, and they take a few seconds, and then she'll start up again. That's just so fucked up. That is just so fucked up. I'm glad that my work schedule right now is kind of here and there, as needed, when needed. Because if it was more stable like it was when I was at Target, then they would have gotten the ebb and flow of my life and everything. So yeah, that helps a bit. So luckily this crap is going on, and I'm not really that physical, needing or demanding at this job as I was in Target, but still, it's just fucked up, not getting a decent night's rest and whatever. And it's like, okay, if you see me leave, once I'm gone, are you going to be happy, or are you going to be sweating bullets? Because I'd be making a quick motherfucking plan to do something at any given second, at any time in the day or night, that I'm getting kicked out. And then where am I going? With no car this time. She came into this residence, this whole program, with a car. And she actually, she lost the one car, and then she quickly got another car. So she's had cars. So now what the heck are you going to do? Where are you going to put all your stuff? Who are you going to call? We'll see. We'll see what happens. But I got good news this morning. So tomorrow afternoon, I'm going to go. That's going to be over. My presumption is going to be, Mentor is that way. So I'm thinking that it's going to be more along, closer to the Washington corridor, which is not the really good spot. It's kind of the druggy, another heavy homeless area, crime, but still, usually that's where those kind of organizations like to make their office. All right, well, a movie and good news in a movie. A damn good movie. I totally recommend Oppenheimer. There's just total kangaroo court, but it also goes to show that certain people, certain heroes, and certain inventors that have worked and agreed, it seems like, with governments, that afterwards are punished. I knew that he was just like, they tried to fuck his life up so bad, but this was a little bit more informative as to exactly how and stuff, and more or less the things that were said to get to that point. So, no, but it was really good. And then the point, it seemed like the epiphany that he was having, when he's trying to speak, and what to his as a speaker at one point, and he realized he became the purveyor of death, so not an easy thing to live with. But I guess maybe he, like he said, basically, to paraphrase, better us to have the knowledge and power than for someone else. Absolute power, absolute power. You folks take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but always take care of yourselves first. Love one another, trust one another, be kind to each other, help one another. Don't take today for granted or any other day thereafter. Live for the moment. Pull down your pants and slide on that ice. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you like what I'm doing, we're doing, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button. Tell your friends and family about me, about us, what's going on. When I leave, and there's no one else other than them, is she going to be so joyful to the point where she's going to be partying and celebrating? Or in her mind, some sort of sense of humanity and self-realism and self-awareness. That small, I mean, I think we still all have that one spark that says, oh, fuck, oh, shit. When someone else says, what's wrong? What happened? What's wrong with you? Comments good or bad, please post. If not, email. I love you all. Stay safe, be smart, and be kind.